Good afternoon. My name is Sierra Pennington. I'm a victim advocate at the Area Agency on Aging of Pasco and Pinellas. I'm going to pass things off to my colleague, Michelle, to kind of explain a little bit more about our agency and help you become aware of scams and fraud so you don't become a victim.
Hi, good afternoon all. My name is Michelle Arias, and I am a victim advocate with the Area Agency on Aging for the Pasco County area. So as a victim advocate, what Sierra and I do is we help seniors over the age of 60 who have become victims of crime, and we assist them with navigating the criminal justice system. We provide them with moral support at any court proceedings, as well as helping them fill out any paperwork that they may need to, especially with the victim's compensation, where they can file that to the Attorney General's office. We can also connect them with community partners, resources that they may need at the time of their victimization. Today, I want to go over and discuss how to protect yourself from being a victim of scams and fraud. Elders are primarily targeted because they looked and they are perceived as being very vulnerable. They live alone, and people think that they have the most wealth. Elder exploitation is one of the fastest growing forms of elder abuse, and it costs older Americans more than $2.6 billion per year. Identity theft is when someone's information is misused, such as their social security number, and that is to obtain some type of goods or services. In 2019, 4.4 million consumers in the US were victims of identity theft. Florida was ranked number 4 for the state with the highest rate of identity theft, but we were number 1 for fraud and other types of consumer complaints. On this grid, you will notice the different percentages of how and what the thieves do when they steal your information. 36% of it, they use the existing credit cards or debit cards to use it for their own personal means or gains. 21% use your information to commit tax fraud or employment fraud. And then 13% use it to obtain a new credit card or possibly even a new loan. How do they get your information? Well, the scammers use skimmers, and skimmers are found in ATM machines or even gas, when you pump your gas, the gas machines. They can get your information from the mail, whereas if you leave your mail overnight in your mailbox, then they have access to obtaining your personal information that way. Also your garbage. If you don't shred your bills or any of your mail that has your personal information, they can do a little bit of dumpster diving and piece together the garbage that you probably just tore up, but it's always best to shred it. They can obtain your information by simply making a call to you and pretending they're someone that they're not, or even gaining access to your internet, especially if it's not password protected. Business transactions are another means of getting your personal information, as well, of course, stealing of your wallet, purse, or phone. Now remember, scammers can always take photos of anything with their phones in a matter of seconds, so just protect your personal information. Electric pickpocketing is a form of when hackers use a wireless hotspot and they move through the crowds to steal credit card data by using RFID wireless technology. Now, our credit cards are made with an embedded RFID strip that can be read by some wireless devices. This has led things to like contactless payment systems, especially in our day and age now. That's something similar to Apple Pay, but it also has exposed cardholders to financial fraud. Now, war driving is when a device is used and it's placed in a vehicle that can retrieve information from an unencrypted wireless internet connection, meaning that if you don't have your wireless password protected, someone can interfere and get into your wireless internet to obtain your personal info, especially if you're doing that, obtaining your banking information. Now, some tips to help you reduce the risk of identity theft is minimize your personal information in your wallet. Like I said, don't carry your Social Security card unless it's really you really need to. Be careful with what information you share. Monitor your credit reports and financial statements on a regular basis, and try not to keep your mail in an unsecure mailbox overnight. Also, do not use public Wi-Fi to shop or do your personal banking. Be sure to shred your documents, all your personal documents that may have your name, credit card numbers, bank account numbers, address. Just be sure to always try to shred it. Put a password on your cell phone if you're able to and know how to do that. Or you can always go to your provider to have them assist you with that. And make sure you get background checks on your home caregivers, housekeepers, or even handyman that you hire. Now, the type of scams that scammers try to use against us would be they use the phone, they use email, the postal mail, social media, or even face-to-face contact. And that some of these scams they use to, of course, get your money or personal information. Now, one of the scams that they try is the distraction scam. That's when two people work together as a team. The first scammer distracts the victim, while the second scammer either enters the home unknowingly to the victim and steals their belongings, or they pickpocket you. So that's a form of a distraction scam. Home improvement scam. That's when someone comes to your home and tells you that they will do some work on your home or your yard, especially during like when we have hurricane seasons and there's a lot of debris. There's people out there that want to help, quote unquote, people clean up their yard from all that debris, and they want you to pay them before they start the job. And then once you pay them, they leave and they don't come back to finish off the work. Just be sure to always vet your contractors. Always check to see that they're licensed, and if they're licensed, you can always verify if they have any complaints or even file any complaints with the Department of Business and Professional Regulations, which is listed here on this slide. Their contact information is on there, so you can either call to verify they have a license or call to file a complaint against someone. Now, the imposter scam, that's when someone comes to your home claiming they work for the utility company, cable company, and they want to come into your home to fix something. They can either get your banking information, personal information, steal some of your belongings, or even threaten and ask you for money in your home. Now, in 2019, over $667 million was lost to imposter scams nationwide. So just be careful with that. The address scam, change scam. That's when scammers fill out a mail forwarding address form in order to have the victim's mail forwarded to their address or to a address. The scammer then gets the victim's information and personal important documents to begin the possibility of identity theft. Online dating and social media scams. With the online dating, that's when the scammer professes their love quickly to someone. They claim to be from the US, but is overseas because of some type of business or they're in their military. They ask you for money, and then they lure you off the dating site to get you on some type of private sites like Messenger, Hangouts, just things where it can't really be tracked, like on Facebook or Instagram. Then they also claim to need money because they have an emergency, but their money's frozen, their assets are frozen, and they can't access it. And they say that they want to visit you, but then they can't because of an emergency. So those are some tactics that they use to try to lure money out of you with these online dating and social media scams. A really popular one that we find out there is the grandparent scam. That's when, as a grandparent, you get a call from someone who pretends to be your grandchild, your loved one, and they say that they're injured or they have been robbed and arrested and they have no money, no means to get out of their predicament. So you need to send them money ASAP. Just be careful with that. Always call if it's your grandchild, call your daughter, your son, and make sure that your grandchild is okay before you send anyone any money. So just be very cautious with that. The IRS and arrest scam. That's when a victim will receive a phone call from someone claiming to be from law enforcement or the IRS, even an attorney. The scammer states they're coming to arrest you because you have overdue taxes, or you're delinquent on a loan, or even you missed jury duty. Just be aware that law enforcement is not going to come and arrest you for that. They have to have a warrant. So they're not just going to call you and tell you they're going to come arrest you. They'll have a warrant, come knock at your door and let you know that you're under arrest. For the IRS will never call you either to request payment on overdue taxes. They'll send you a certified letter in regards to that to request payment. So just be cautious and aware of that. With caller ID spoofing, that's a new technology where scammers use fake caller ID information to trick you to thinking there's someone that can be trusted. Like they can use the Google phone, Google numbers, and try to make the phone number they're calling from the local area code that you currently live in. If you receive a call from someone like that, just please hang up. Don't give them any money. Never pay someone who calls you just out of the blue. Even if the phone number on your caller ID looks legit, just ask your carrier or check with your phone settings to see if you can block those type of calls, because if you have to pay, if someone calls you to give them money, it's pretty sure a scam of some sort. Sweepstakes scams. This is a good one. This is where scammers will claim that you have won a contest, the lottery or the national sweepstakes, or even Publishers Clearinghouse Sweepstakes. And all you have to do is pay them money for some fees or taxes in advance in order for them to send you your prize. You should never, if you won a sweepstakes, that's your money. They should automatically send it to you. You should not have to pay any type of fees in order to obtain your winnings. The Social Security scam, that is one where the Social Security office is supposedly calling you, and they want to have you verify your Social Security number via phone because they're having computer problems. That doesn't happen. If you've ever visited the Social Security Administration office, you know how long of a wait you have before you're able to be seen by someone. So you can only imagine they have very limited manpower to have Social Security Administration representatives call, their clients or the citizens in regards to verifying their Social Security number. Also, be sure you use the correct Social Security website when you try to obtain a new Social Security card, that it ends with gov, G-O-V, socialsecurity.gov. Any other websites can potentially steal your personal information. And it has been reported that over 166,000 reports were filed with the Federal Trade Commission about Social Security scams, and about an average of $1,500 was lost. Now, something new that we all are going through right now is, of course, coronavirus pandemic. Watch out for those emails claiming to be the CDC or WHO, the World Health Organization. If you want to know more updates on the coronavirus, always use sites like the coronavirus.gov or the us.gov/coronavirus to verify information. Please hang up on any robocalls that are trying to sell anything to you in regards to the coronavirus, especially low-priced health insurance. And just be wary of any type of ads that are selling test kits, which are not necessarily approved by the FDA or even accurate. And then another thing is with coronavirus is the stimulus payment scam. Only use the irs.gov/coronavirus to submit any information to the IRS. Never respond to any call or text or even email. The IRS will not contact you by phone or email or text or even social media with information about your stimulus payments. And you don't have to pay to get your stimulus money. That's something that's going to be sent to you by the government, especially with the possibility of having a second round of payments being sent out to the consumers. And the money mule scam. This is a tricky one here. This is like money laundering. So It can take many different forms, which include like a job offer, sweepstakes, or even an online dating relationship. Once this scammer has established the story, they may ask you to deposit a check that they send you, and then send it to someone, send the money to someone, or send them a gift card for them to use. This money is essentially stolen, and when the check is deposited into your account, the bank will often expect you to pay it back because that check was bad. Never send any money to collect any type of prize. Now, all the scams that I discussed in this presentation, we have videos on them that you can go to and watch them and see how it has impacted other people throughout the United States. Some telephone don'ts. Please don't allow the caller to scare or bully you into sending money by wire transfer or a gift card or reloadable gift card. Don't give them or confirm personal or financial information unless you make the call to the individual. Don't answer any unknown numbers. And some tips to try to avoid being scammed or defrauded would be know who you're dealing with. Know that wiring money is like sending cash, that most of the time you won't be able to get it back once you realize that it's a scam or fraud. Try to read your bank statements on a monthly basis or periodically. Check your account online periodically. Don't reply to any messages asking for your personal information or financial information, whether it be via text or email. Don't send or give money if you feel pressured by someone that may call you or even come to your home. Another one is don't allow any strangers into your home unless you've asked them to come, such as the utility company or repairman or handyman. Sign up for scam alerts via email at ftc.gov/scams. The Florida Trade Commission offers great information on scams that are going on and what they're doing to help prevent them from affecting our consumers. And of course, we've said shred all your sensitive documents. Don't just throw them out in the trash. Make sure you shred them so none of your information is out there for anyone to access. Now, I spoke earlier today about crime victim compensation. So this is a program that's offered through the Office of Attorney Generals, and they may provide financial assistance to victims of crime, such as, of course, funeral and burial expenses, domestic violence relocation, human trafficking or sexual violence relocation, medical and dental expenses, mental health counseling, wage loss, property loss, and loss of support. This program is something that Sierra and I can help fill out the paperwork for, so that way it can be properly filled out and sent out to the Attorney General's office. Now, report immediately if you become a victim of a crime, a scam, or you're defrauded. Call law enforcement. If they had access to your credit card or your bank, call your credit card company, your bank or credit union. If you feel that your mail has been stolen or your address was changed because you're no longer receiving mail, call the postmaster or the U.S. Postal Inspection. And then Federal Trade Commission, you can report complaints to them on if you've ever been, scammed or were a victim of a fraud. They will document that and try to investigate and see what they can do on their part. And then, of course, if you have consumer protection, file a complaint or contact consumer protection for assistance further with that. And then if you want to stop receiving credit card offers by mail, we have a number listed here, or even a website that you can go to stop receiving any type of credit card offers by mail. So that way there's less stuff in the mail with your name and address on it that potential scammers can obtain and fill out on your behalf to get new credit cards. You can also request a free credit report from the 3 credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, to monitor your credit report and also report any type of fraudulent accounts that have been opened under your name. And if you have any questions, our contact information is listed on here for myself and Sierra, as well as our email. So if you don't want to call, you can always email us and send us any questions that you may have. And That is it for today for our presentation. We ask that you please stay safe out there. Call us if you have any questions, and we thank you for everything, and have a great day.